Information retrieval techniques. So, speaking about this information retrieval techniques, the first and foremost thing comes ahead with the types of information like the text, the XML and structured documents, the images, the audio, the video, the source code, and the applications or the web services. So these could be the types of information which can be processed. And going ahead with the retrieval, yes, as the name indicates, it is fetch something. It is generally fetch something that has been stored. So with the Calvin Moore's definition, this information retrieval is a field concerned with the structure, the analysis, the organization, the storage, the searching, and finally the retrieval of information like the structure, analysis, organization, storage, searching, and retrieve. So this is how the information processing happens. And going ahead with the main objective of this information retrieval, what it does is it provides the users with effective access to and interaction with information resources. Yeah, definitely provides the users with effective access. And the next one is the goals of this IR. So the goals of this IR is generally to search large document collections. Like you have a big document collection, and from that big document collection, what it exactly happens is to retrieve small subsets. Like what the small subset will have is the relevant to users information, what the user requires, relevant to the user's information. And the next coming ahead into the purpose and the role of an IR system. So it's like the big purpose of the role of an IR is designed to retrieve the documents or information required by the user community. Like yes, what the user is requiring is like, and the kind of right information available to the right user, what the user is asking, and what kind of information the user requires. So it's like these are the two things: right information available to the right user. And speaking about this information retrieval, what it does, it aims at collecting and organizing information. Yes, generally it aims at collecting and organizing information in one or more subject areas, so that multiple things will be given. So that the user can feel like, yo, which is better. So this what it does is it serves as a bridge. This kind of an IR system serves as a bridge between the world of creators or generators or the information or whatever it's being called. And this application areas within this information retrieval, like the cross language retrieval, and speech and broadcast retrieval, the text categorization, the text summarization, and also this XML, the structured document element retrieval, the XML. So all this forms the major application areas within IR. And there comes a differentiation between what is information retrieval and what is information extraction. So speaking about this information retrieval, it's given a set of terms and set of document terms. That is, a set of document terms selects the most relevant document, that is the document with respect to the precision and preferably all the relevant ones. Yeah, it's the recalling that. And that is information retrieval. And going ahead with the information extraction, extract from the text what the document means, like do the extraction, like what exactly the document means. And the difference between data retrieval and information retrieval. Yes. So it's like the first one is some examples. If you take the examples under data retrieval, it's a kind of a database query. Under the information retrieval, that like this World Wide Web search and other things. So all these things comes under the information retrieval. And the next thing under the parameters, like we are done with the examples, when we see the parameters, what we are retrieving. Yes. And we are retrieving structured data under data retrieval. And under information retrieval, it is mostly unstructured. Yes, that is what we get in under information retrieval. And the third one is the queries. What kind of a queries we pose under database? It's like this formally defined queries, kind of unambiguous. That is what we try to post it. And other this information retrieval, it's like we kind of something expressed in natural language. Okay, so that kind of a query we pose. And the next one is the matching parameters. So under this data retrieval, it finds the exact match. Yeah, it finds the exact match. Another information retrieval, it doesn't provide the exact match, but it sees for the partial match and the best match. That is what it sees. The partial, the best match. And the next one is the inference. Speaking about the inference, the data retrieval provides with the deduction, and whereas the information retrieval, it's induction. So that is what they provide. And the model, what kind of a model? It's like database or the data retrieval. It helps out with the deterministic, whereas this information retrieval provides with a kind of a probabilistic model. So these are the two things. And still, if you are breaking down still a bit broader, what are the kinds of information retrieval systems? There are what I say is two broad categories, and one is in-house, the other one is online. Okay, so speaking about this in-house, this is a kind of a house information retrieval system. As the name indicates, it's in-house. It's set up by a particular library or information center. You'll have a particular base of a library or information center to serve mainly the users. And it has only the in-house database. That is how it works, predominantly the in-house database. And all these things fits into the in-house. And the next one is about the online. So there's online information retrieval, like retrieving data from the websites, the web pages, and the servers. Like all these things include the online stuff retrievals. And coming into the features of information retrieval system, so it's like what all the provisions it has. It provides the prompt dissemination of information. Okay, and filtering of information, the right amount of information, so the active switching of information, receiving the information kind of in an economical way, the browsing, and getting the information in an economical way. And it also focusing on the current literature and the access to other information systems, the interconnected access, and interpersonal communications and personalized help. So all this forms the features of an information retrieval system. So all this listed. And this information retrieval and related areas where it exactly supports. It supports in the database management, the library and information science, the artificial intelligence, the natural language processing, and also in machine learning. So all this forms the IR and related areas. So this these are some kind of important areas: the database management, the library and the information science, the artificial intelligence, the natural language processing, and the machine learning. So these are the supporting stuff. And yes, what you can see is you can see this the components of an information retrieval system. So you could see the information needed for a user. It's like so what he'll do is it's like he'll process the query into the search engine, right? And the search engine will just see what all the things which comes out as an index, and the additions, it will get ahead with the additions and remove the deletions and put back the result to the user. So these are the generic components of an IR system. Yes, that's like speaking about the user query is generally processed by a search engine. And what exactly happens is in a large cluster of machines in a remote geographical location, it generally happens in a user's local machine. And the major task is what it will do is it will maintain and manipulate an inverted index for the document collection. So that is this index. What it will do is This index forms the principal data structure used by the engines for searching and relevance ranking. Yes, what the documents, whatever it comes, it is searched and the relevance ranking is being given. And but how this relevance ranking is performed? This relevance ranking is performed. It's generally the search engine will compute a score. What the search engine will do is for the relevance, it will compute a score, and that is sometimes called as a retrieval status value. They call it the RSV, the retrieval status value for each document. Okay, so it's like example what can be given is the web search engine might report only one result. Okay, so when there are multiple things, it's like depends on the score. The web search engine will report only one or results from the single host or domain. So what it will do, it will eliminate the others in favors of the pages from different sources. Yes, so speaking about this the traditional information retrieval systems, there are three major components. The first one is a document subsystem, the second one is a user subsystem, and the third one is a searching retrieval subsystem. So these are the three major components of traditional IRS. Under document subsystem, we have the acquisition, we have the representation, and we have the file organization. And under the user subsystem, we have the what kind of a problem can be identified, and representation and the query. So these are the things which comes under the user subsystem. The third one is searching. So the searching and the retrieval subsystems, the matching and the retrieved objects. So these are the three major components of how the traditional IRS is going to look alike. Yes. And if you're going to see how this systematically works between the system and the user, right? So under the system, you have the acquisition, the representation, and the file organization. So these are the things which comes under the system. So under the user, you'll have the kind of a problem, the representation, and the query, right? So as you put under the system, the acquisition includes the documents and the objects, and when it goes into the next level of representation, it includes the indexing, and the third is file organization. It has the indexed documents. Under the user, the kind of a problem, what kind of information is needed, and the next comes the representation. Under representation, we have the question, like what kind of a question need to be popped out. And in the query, we have the search formulation, what exactly search, and what happens is it just gets mixed up in the matching is nothing but the searching. Yes, and once when the searching is completed, the the matching is completed, the retrieved objects, it goes as a feedback to the problem. Yeah, this is how the system and the user is being integrated. And it's like the information retrieval has three major components, and these are being divided into divisions, like some divisions. And what are the things is the first, the analysis of documents and the organization of information. That is how the creation of the document database, like it will analyze the documents and the organization of information. And the next is the analysis of users query, depends on the query. It's like what the user is asking, that kind of a thing. And then preparation of a strategy to search the database. And the next comes the actual searching or matching of users queries with the database. And the last one is the retrieval of items that fully or partially match the search statements. The first is analysis of documents. The second comes the analysis of users' queries. The third comes the actual searching or matching. The fourth is the retrieval of items. So like this is being grouped. And this acquisition of a document subsystem, how, what are the things which comes under this, the selection of documents, and and what kind of a thing, mostly text based documents, that is what it does, the acquisition, the full text, the titles and the abstracts. And also not limited to that, but also some other objects also, like the data, statistics, images, maps, all these things. And how this data is being collected is by the web crawler. Yes, by the web crawler, and it is stored in the database. And the representation of the documents, how the representation is being carried out is by indexing. Yeah, it can be a free text, a controlled vocabulary, and the manual or automatic techniques. Whereas abstracting, like gathering, summarizing everything. And the next comes the bibliographic description, the authors, titles, sources, date, that kind of a stuff. Next comes the classifying, the clustering, and the next is the organizing the field limits, like the base index, the additional index limits, and other stuff. So the file organization is generically it is sequential. So the record, the documents by record, and the document subsystem, the file organization can be inverted also. That is term by term, it is inverted, and the combination, and yes, the combination can be involved with indexes inverted, the document sequential. So it's like the large file approaches, there are some things which includes in the subsystem. That is when citation retrieved only need for document files, the large file approaches, and also for the efficient retrieval by computers. And the problem user subsystem is it's like it may vary, depends on the, or say, the kind of specificity or the clarity, and related to users, that is generically related to user star situation. And also what it does is it produces the information needed, that is the kind of ultimate criteria for effectiveness of retrieval. And yeah. And speaking about the information needed for the same problem may change, may shift during the IR process adjustment. There is often more than one search for same problem over time. And the representation over subsystem, it helps out in converting a concept to a query. There is it clarifies converting a concept to the query, and what exactly we search for, that is what we are looking out for. And these are being stemmed. Okay, these are being stemmed and corrected using dictionary. The dictionary comes into the picture. So these are stemmed and corrected using dictionary, and they focus towards what is the final outcome is, they focus towards a good result. And the last one is subject to feedback changes. Yes, what kind of thing it is required, that is depends on the feedback, the subject to feedback changes. The query search statement, it's between the user and the system. So what it will do is the translation into the system requirements. And it's kind of the query that goes inside the computer, that's what's the translation. It should be an understandable one. The selection of files and the resources, the search strategies, that is the search terms and logic, the possible fields, the delimiters, the controlled and uncontrolled vocabulary, the variations in effective tactics. This is how the search strategy generally comes up. And the reiterations can be from feedback. Yeah, there are several feedbacks, like relevance feedback, the magnitude feedback, all this, and also the query expansion and modification. And then comes the matching searching, that is searching the subsystem. The process of matching, it's nothing but comparing, like what documents in the file match the query. Like imagine we are putting out the query, whether the documents in the file exactly matches the query. And next comes for the matching, we can use some various search algorithms. That is, one is finding out the exact match, the boolean can be used into the picture. And the second one is the best match, that is the ranking by relevance. And the third one is the hybrids, that is incorporating both boolean and rank by relevance. So the booleans is it's most still available in most, but maybe if not all systems. And the second one is ranking by relevance, increasingly used on the web. On the web purpose, this is being used. And the third one is hybrid, that is the targets the ranks, it's used in dialogues. And speaking about the different things, each has strength and weakness. There are no perfect method exist, and you don't call a perfect method or whatever. And that probably never will also. And when you take out the retrieve documents on the system, there are various order of output. The first one is LIFO, the last in first out, and the second is ranked by relevance, and the third is ranked by other characteristics. So these are the kind of various orders of inputs, various orders of output, sorry, and the various forms of outputs. And also, whenever a citation is required, there is a possible links to the document delivery. It is a base for the relevance and also the relevance feedback. And yes, obviously, there are some issues with IR also. There are three big issues in IR. I mean, yes, comparatively, the relevance. Okay, the relevant document contain the information what he's looking for. So it's like sometimes what I say, these factors must be taken into account when designing algorithms for comparing text and ranking documents. So to address the issue, retrieval models are used. Okay, so that is one relevance. And the second one is evaluation, that is precision and recall. These are the two different things which can be used for the evaluation. Precision is the relevant documents with the retrieved documents, the whole divided by the retrieved documents. The recall is the relevant documents on par with the retrieved documents and the whole divided by the relevant documents. Okay, so these things have to be taken into consideration, the precision and the recall, the two important parameters. And this precision is a proportion of retrieved documents that are relevant, whereas recall is the proportion of relevant documents that are retrieved. So these are the two important things comes under evaluation. And the third one is emphasis on users. It's like the users of the search engine are the ultimate judges of quality. So it's like the text queries are often poor description. The description is not good. So these are things, and the main problem is document indexing, how they represent query valuation, and how good is the system. So all these things forms the main problems like document and query indexing to what the document corresponds to. Excel. Okay, thank you.